Well, good morning from Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. Today I'm going to show you the town of Lamphun, which is connected to Chiang Mai via the 106, this road here, which is the old Lamphun road, or the big tree road. As you can see, it's lined by these big rubber trees. Along the way down, I'm going to explain to you the history of the town itself, because it's full of myths and legends again, and we're going to visit the town, explore all the sites there, because there's many sites to see. Just have a good day up. So let's go and explore. Located about 25 kilometres south of Chiang Mai, Lamphun is one of Thailand's smallest provincial capitals, with a population of around 15,000. It was once ruled by Queen Camadevi in the 7th century, after being founded by a hermit called Vasuthep as the capital of the Haripunchai Kingdom, the last and most northerly Mon kingdom. It was constructed in the shape of a conch shell, following the Khuang River on its eastern side and divided by moats at the remaining points of the compass. Legend has it that when Camadevi turned 3 months old, she was grabbed and taken away by a giant bird. The bird flew over Vasuthep, the mountain that overlooks Chiang Mai, and gave the young baby to Vasuthep. He took good care of her and named her V. V grew up well educated with Vasuthep. As she turned 13, he prophesied her destiny and found out that she had a chance to be a ruler of a great kingdom in the future. He built a raft and sent her away to Lavo, which is today's modern Lopburi, because it was the most prosperous kingdom at the time. It took months for the raft to reach the Lavo kingdom, and as it reached there, people were amazed. The king and queen were very pleased about the girl's arrival. They kept her and gave her a new name, Camadevi. A fortune teller said that one day she'd be a powerful ruler of a great kingdom, and so she was coronated a princess at just 14. In around 659, Vasuthep came to Lavo to ask Camadevi to take over the new kingdom of Haripunchai. According to mythology, she accepted the offer because the citizens were in trouble and needed a leader. She also wanted to repay Vasuthep for his kindness in raising her when she was young. It took her 7 months to reach Haripunchai by boat, and she made the journey with an entourage of 500 monks, craftsmen, and others in order to bring the high civilization of Lavo to Haripunchai. After arriving, she was crowned ruler and, as she was already pregnant before leaving Lavo, gave birth to 2 sons 7 days after the coronation. Fast forward to the 13th century, where King Mangrai, who was building his Lana kingdom to the north, was visited by some merchants from the Mon kingdom. Upon hearing of the wealth of Lamphun, he was determined to conquer it, even against the advice of his councillors. As it was deemed impossible to take the city by force, Mangrai sent a skillful merchant called A Far to gain the confidence of the king, who was called Yibar, and in time he became the chief minister and managed to undermine the king's authority. In 1281, with the people in a state of discontent, Mangrai defeated the Mon kingdom and added the city and its wealth to his kingdom. So first stop today is the railway station in Lamphun. Forgive me because I love railways and trains, but mostly all the rail network in Thailand looks really old, like it's from 1920s and 30s still. So we're going to have a look around the station here before we head into town. We're about 2 kilometres north of the old town. I mean, look at this. This is obviously the original building, must date from the 20s when the rail line was actually built to Chiang Mai from Bangkok. And I think we're 700 and 29 kilometres north of Bangkok here. You look at get your ticket through a little window. It looks like we could get a train coming in. There's not many trains running at the moment with COVID and everything, but it's working in the room. You can see this is the junction here at Lamphun, the signals and the points, and then we've got these two guys working here. Oh, he's coming on this platform. Everybody's waiting on the other platform. Oh, this is a goods train. We've got a train anyway. Good timing. So we're here at a shrine, was actually two shrines, and it's called Ku Chang Ku Ma. Chang means elephant and Ma means horse. So this stupa in front of me, the circular one, there's actually another one behind it, is meant to contain the ashes of Queen Camadevi's elephant, dark-skinned elephant. I mean, you can see some statues here which are very brown, and it was meant to be a great warrior, and it could stare at its enemy and they would just roll over in defeat or something like that. You know, these myths and legends. We'll take a look at the other stupa in a second. So as I said, there's actually two stupas here. There's one to Kamadevi's elephant and there's one to her son's horse. And this is the one that's to her son's horse. I don't know what his name was. Not the horse, her son, I mean. You see he's got all horses around the bottom. This is an amazing temple. I think it was built in 1993, but it's so decorative. go into the main hall here. You look at it. I don't normally do modern temples because they all look the same, but this place is pretty amazing. It's so decorative. I mean, there's statues everywhere, figures, glass, jewelled, and you've got the stupa at the back here. So this is the start of the old town. This is the north gate, and we're gonna take a trip around the old town, around the outside, around the moat, and look at the other gates. So this is the west gate, and it's meant to be the original brickwork here before the Lana top, even though the Lana top is a fairly recent addition. But these bricks here are meant to go all the way back to when Lamphun was founded. So this is the main temple in Lamphun, and it dates back to the 1150s. and the king at that time wanted it built to enshrine some Buddha relics that supposedly Buddha visited the town some 1500 years earlier. But of course this is just a myth, folklore, local folklore. And the temple's a pretty big complex. It takes up 10% of Lamphun's old town. So this is the temple's museum. So right opposite the temple entrance is this covered bridge, which has got shops from the O-Top, which is one Tambon, one product. It was a scheme that Thaksin Shinawatra, the former Prime Minister of Thailand, set up, that every province, or every district as well, sold products which it manufactured. So we're going to take a look around.
ATM มามันออกจากแบงค์พันเนี่ยไม่ได้ออกจากที่
So right behind the Lamphun National Museum is another museum. This is a community museum or urban museum, and it's housed in a former royal mansion that was built in 1912. It's like Aladdin's cave of old stuff that they've just collected. We've even got old VHS players. So this temple is said to date back to Camadevi's time, and it's one of the 4 cardinal point temples outside the old town of Haripunchai. But obviously it's very modern now. So we're now in Wat Camadevi, named after the queen that founded the town. And it's believed this stupa was founded when the town was founded back in the 7th, 8th century. And you can see this is a pretty unique stupa, this. It's a square platform with all these Buddha statues on each level. It's been copied, but I think this is the original. So we're now on the other side of the river from Lamphun, and this stupa is said to date back to Camadevi's time. But in fact, the earliest dating indicates that it was actually built in the 10th century. So there's a story that goes back to the time of King Kuna, who was a Lana king, and he invited a monk called Sumanantara from Sukhothai to come to Chiang Mai. And on the way he stopped here and he spent a couple of days here, but actually requested to renovate this stupa and ended up staying here 3 years. So I'm now outside the town of Lamphun on the main highway, Highway 11, and there's this huge statue of a famous monk called Vichai. And the reason why he's so famous is that he's known locally as the engineering monk, as he built the road up Vasuthep mountain in Chiang Mai, as well as renovating several temples in the city. He came from Lamphun province, and hence why this big huge statue, which I think is 21 meters high and something like 18 meters wide, is built to commemorate him. So there's a road that goes up behind the big monk statue, and on the way up is this shrine, and it's dedicated to another monk called Vasuthep. And Vasuthep is how the mountain Vasuthep in Chiang Mai gets its name, because it's named after him. And I told you the story about him and Queen Camadevi. So this is Vasuthep, a shrine dedicated to him, and it's mimicking him living in a cave on Vasuthep. So inside the statue of Sri Vichai are all these pictures, and I guess they're what he worked on when he was alive. There's loads of them. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then give me a big thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel down below. Until the next video, see you later.